Hello and welcome to the second episode of Friendly Notice, the series where I basically give you common issues for computers and my take on how you can best correct them, fix them, or generally avoid them. And today the topic will be upon scams. When it comes to scams and computers, there's many ways that they can try and get you, and there are many updates coming out all the time pertaining to new scams and things of that nature. So ultimately, the three that I'm going to discuss in this topic today are going to be pop-ups, the calls, as well as emails. Now, all three of these have a tendency to work together, and all of them wish ultimately to get information off of you and other things in order to make the person be able to steal your money, more or less. So, let's begin now with ultimately talking about pop-ups. Now, pop-ups are the windows that pop up on your screen whenever you're on a web browser or anything of that nature. And the wording of them is very different, and sometimes they're just advertisements. Other times, however, they can be actual scams. Now, the ones that are major are, let's try and speed up your computer, or your computer is infected, click here to fix it now, or the oh so dangerous FBI, your computer has been noticed as in violation of FBI federal law, or anything of that nature, really. Ultimately, all they're trying to do is get you to run, allow, or enable a scan or thing of that nature, which just goes through your computer, takes information, and sends it somewhere for a person to either gain access to your information for reasons of either getting into your bank accounts or get into your computer to get financial information or things off of that. Or they use it to in order to thus send you emails or the calls. But let's discuss the emails first. The emails are a little trickier than these pop-ups because ultimately they're harder to tell when they're actually something that's a scam. The real easy ways to do it, though, are to kind of pay attention to them. You need to pay attention to the sender, the email address, the basically the person's username or whatever that is being sent to you. If it's something you don't know, it's more or less safe not to open it. It's usually junk mail, and even now with some of the newer emails, they actually will work on getting rid of some of these scams. But every now one wiggles through, and it is something that can cause an issue. Another way is to pay attention to the header line or the subject line. If it has no subject, or if it has some kind of weird subject line, or even the first few letters of the message, it's generally something you don't want to go into because ultimately, again, it's just trying to get things onto your computer in order to cause more issues. Now, the last one is calls. Call scams are probably one of the oldest. However, they got a new sort of twist now. When they call you, they're not just calling you in order to get, you know, subscribe to this or whatever, which they may very well still do, but they'll try and masquerade as a company like Microsoft or Google or Yahoo or anything. We'll try and say that, hey, we noticed this, or saw this, or hey, your computer's running slow, or hey, your computer sent us a message, or something. This is not the case. No company will ever call you because of the fact that you will have to always call the companies. Being that these companies are kind of really big, they're not going to take time out of their busy schedules to just contact you as an individual. And unfortunately, it can be rather difficult to actually contact when you do want to talk to them. So, anyway. So when they do contact you, they're not actually this business. They're just trying to ultimately steal your money. They're trying to get you, usually, to either give them access to your banking information, or what they've been doing, this new twist, is that they are remoting into a computer. To do so, they need to get an IP of your computer, basically a code that they need in order to enter it into their end and get onto your computer, allowing them to gain access to the information that is stored on your computer, and really gives them free reign because that's a code that doesn't really change. And if you have like a normal household, multiple devices, they potentially can see them and will try and get into those as well, which means they can get anything that's on there. Financial information, pictures, calendar. They may even cause more issues and more things of that nature. So ultimately, what you have to do is you need to try and run a scan and delete anything that seems amiss. Obviously, with the pop-ups, don't accept them, don't allow them to run, nothing of that nature. Just close them and run a scan. With the emails, just delete them, don't open them. And when it comes to these calls, really, really, if you get them more than once, block that number, because we've heard of people getting 20 calls a day from these people, and they will try and get into your computer. And even if you do get a call from them, it's relatively a good idea just to be constantly scanning your computer. I personally run one once a week. I don't do a lot on computers to potentially get any kind of infection or anything of this nature. And making these videos, I may be creating a target of myself, but nothing I can do about that. I want to help you guys. So ultimately, yeah, scams are going to be updated all the time. People are going to create brand new ones and try and find ways to get money from you without doing anything. It sucks, but just stay aware out there of these sort of pop-ups that can lead to more issues. These emails that aren't legitimate emails and just create pathways for potential either more pop-ups or more calls, and as well as create potential viruses or malware, and all of these can. That's why I'm saying you'd want to run a scan. Basically get rid of any of these issues, and as always, if none of these things work, these scans don't even work, give your local IT company a call, because unfortunately that's something that's going to have to happen. They're going to have to try and walk you through fixing everything up. Thank you for watching. Please comment and share this around. Make sure everybody can be safe out there. Have a nice one and have a nice night. Bye.